Hey everybody, it's Brooke. It's that time we've all been waiting for. Ladies, thread your needles. Okay, ladies and guys and people, everybody. We're going to bind our grocery bag junk journal. So the tools that you're going to need, or we're going to use, are a pokey tool. This is actually a book binding awl. Pointy. Ooh, so pointy. If you don't have an awl, use a nail, use a thumbtack, use a big fat needle. Whatever you have is just fine. The other thing things that I'm going to use are a bunch of binder clips. These are the big heavy duty ones. I have a couple thinner ones over here. I don't know, thinner is probably not the word. And I lied. Hold on, gotta stand up. Here we go. Smaller ones, I guess, is what really. I bought this at Target, I think. U-Brands. I think it was at Target. It was on clearance for $4 or something, and it had a ton of different size binder clips. So that was pretty handy because I use them a lot. So different size binder clips, paper clips, rubber bands, whatever you have, and a needle, and the binding thread from your kit if you bought one. And if not, then embroidery floss, yarn, ribbon, dental floss works. It's really strong. It actually works really well because it's also waxed. Again, this can be whatever you want it to be. Use whatever you have. So that's what we're going to do. I also have this foam pad. You can use an old mouse pad. You can use a book. Just don't, punch holes into your work surface because that would be bad. Especially if it's your dining room table. Someone's going to notice. All right, so we have our pages here and we have our cover. Let's move this stuff out of the way. And, oh, we haven't put this in yet. It's kind of a thorn in my side. We're going to set that aside for right now so it doesn't get in our way when we're binding. What you want to do is, again, go through, make sure you have the pages where you like them. I think I want this one scooted up a little bit. Yep, that works. And, yep, I want that one towards the top. This one, again, is a little bit slippery, and stuff that's slippery, I either center, so if it slips moderately, it's okay, or I washi tape it down to the next page, and I actually think I'm going to do that, because that cellophane bag is really slippery. And here's our washi tape. I spent some time after the last video uncorkscrewing that piece that got away from us, and that'll be good to use for this. So just take a little piece. I think this will kill several birds. Oh, no, it's too wide. All right, so I'm just going to stick that right there. Oop. There we go. Make sure everything's right side up. Make sure you like where it is. I think I like that in the middle. Yep. Looking good. I'm loving how this journal's coming out. I have more things centered than I normally do, but that's okay. Different is good. And then we already taped in this glassine bag to try to get it as straight as we can. And if it's not perfectly straight, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's handmade. I get it as straight as I can and call it good. And there's that graph paper that we folded up and made into a pocket. And that's the center of the signature. Make sure things are still hanging out and looking good back here. Yep, I wanted that one down a little bit for no reason other than I just did. And that one's taped down already to not slide around. Got that. Our little flip, I love that. Just looking for the other side of that glassine bags, or a cellophane bag rather, to tape it down. Where the heck did it go? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's right. I forgot we put this beautiful die cut edge on it. I think that's so pretty. So I'm just going to grab this other scrap of curly Q washi tape that got so terribly away from me. Make sure it's where I want it to be. And I'm just going to anchor it down right here, where it's got a little space to hold on to. There's that junk page or junk mail page. Good. This is a little fatter than I normally like a single signature to be, but that's okay. We're going to give it the old college try. So what I do at this point is, now that everything is right side up, I'm just going in and tapping it down and pushing as hard as I can to get the centers as tight as I can. As you can see, the pages are going to stick out some because as you stack up the pages, they're pushing each other out. And that's okay because we left plenty of room in our bag cover to fold up and around them. So that's just fine. So I'm just pushing my fingers in there. What I'm going to do, check the two ends again. I'm going to grab my biggest bulldog clip and do that first half of the signature, and then push down again with my fingers, get those as tight as I can, and use the other biggest clip on the other end. Okay, so then you can sort of peek in there, and yep, they're definitely pushing each other out, but that's okay. We've got them clipped pretty well. All right, so if I'm doing more than one signature, I will make a template and punch the holes in the cover with the template, and then go back and do the holes in the signature. However, because we're only doing one signature and it lines up pretty straight with the cover, I'm going to go rogue here. I'm going crazy. And I'm going to do them all at the same time. I'm going to punch the cover and our signatures. What the heck? So I'm lining the pages up, making sure they're right side up. And it may seem funny to check it that many times. Yeah, I really do, because I've bound a lot of things in upside down, and that's kind of a bummer. And then I'll take some of these smaller clips, and clip the pages to the journal cover. You know what I mean. Turn this way. Checking, just trying to get it tight and centered. Making sure that none of the pages are sticking out. Oop, lay down, you. It's looking good. All right. Can never use too many clips, I think. Just trying to hold stuff in place. Okay, there we go. This would get out of the way. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. The nice old man used to cut it every time I had to clear my throat, but since the allergies are an ongoing thing now, we sort of gave that up. So I'm just looking to see if I like that, and I do. So I'm going to lay that down, and I have this big mother needle here. And I'm going to fish out our binding string. This is the thread that comes in the kit. I've taken it in and out of the bag so many times, I think it's a little tangled, but we'll get it right. If you're using your own thread, your own dental floss, whatever, I prefer to err on the side of too much. So I generally will do 2.5 times the length of the spine. This one is longer than that because I wasn't sure, what you'd be using it for. So you've got more than you need in the kit. You're just going to go ahead and thread your needle. Don't tie a knot or anything. You're just going to thread your needle. And now we're going in. Are you ready? Going in, and we're punching holes. I think on this journal, it would be just fine with 3 stitches, a 3-stitch pamphlet, but I think just for the sake of it, I'm going to do 5. And you can go in and measure it and make a template, whatever works for you. I'm not, we've already discussed more than once how I feel about measuring. So I'm just pushing my awl in. I'm going to go up, scoot this over, and I'm trying to keep it as closed as I can. I know it's kind of shadowy in there, I'm sorry. Trying to keep it closed so it lines up with the spine, on the cover rather. And I'm going to go, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or an inch from the top. Punch that. I'm going to go peek. And yep, we're coming out just where we want to on the spine. I'm going to push it down. Go about an inch from the bottom. Or is that the top? I don't know. It's the bottom. Push that through. And then we'll just put a hole. Can you see that? Oh, it's so shadowy. Sorry. Does that help, or does that make it more shadowy? I don't know what the deal is. Oh, that's bright. Hopefully that'll help. I'm going to put a hole in between the center hole and the one we did at the bottom. Push it down so it goes all the way through all those layers. And that's about right. About halfway. And there we go. So if you turn it over, you've got all your holes right along the spine. Don't take the clips off, because now we're going to start to sew. Now you have to decide at this point, do you want your string ends on the inside? Some people like those dangly ends and they put little hearts on a string or butterflies on a string or whatever. Some people prefer to have it on the outside. I think for this journal, I want to have them on the inside because I think I might want to put some danglies on them. So you're going to start with the center hole, put your needle down through the inside to the outside. Here's your end. Now if you want to, you can washi tape this down so that it doesn't escape while you're sewing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, washi tape stuck to everything. We still have this little piece. I've got this scrap that sadly stuck to everything when I tried to use it. So now it's just kind of my scrap washi, which is handy. But it's too bad because I would have liked to have used that in the book because I think it's beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go up through from the outside, up through that next hole. Pull it tight. Not so tight that you tear the papers, but pull it snug. Down through the top hole, right to the outside. Pull it snug. Back through this hole. I don't even know if this is really a pamphlet stitch or if it's just something I made up. I'm pretty sure it's a pamphlet stitch. I'm used to doing 3 instead of 5 holes, so then we're going to go down to this next hole. Go right out to the front. Again, sort of snug it up. And things are flapping around, but that's okay. Just keep an eye on what you're doing. Keep your eye on the prize. Snug that up. Then we're going to go through this hole at the bottom. Back through to the center. The thread is, I had it, sort of doubled up, so just pulling the needle closer to the end of the thread. Snugging it up. Oh, our center escaped from the washi tape, and that's no good, because I was not paying attention. All right. Don't want to let that piece get loose. Then we're going back into this stitch. I'm flinging this thing everywhere. I hope that it's been in frame. I get so involved in what I'm doing, I forget to check to see what you guys can see. Sorry. And then we're going to go back through the center where we started. Oop. Now, the trick is, and it's really not very much of a trick because this is so easy, you want to make sure that when you're ending it, I hope you can see that, this thread that we just pulled through is on the right-hand side of our center. Where we started, this tail is on the left-hand side. So the two pieces that we're going to knot are on separate or on opposite sides of the thread that we have sewn with. Does that make sense? It sounds like it makes sense. In my head, that made sense. So before we tie anything, we just want to tighten it all up, make sure that we got nothing flapping. We got something flapping here in the middle, so let's tighten it up. Use your needle if you have to. Just make sure that you're not pulling big holes in your paper. There we go. Tighten that up. Tighten this up. I'm going to take the needle off before I stab myself, because you know I will. So, I'm going to check the outside. Yep, the outside. That last thread right there, I don't like how loose that feels. So I'm going to grab my needle again. Pull. Yep, no, we got some loose stuff going on, so let's tighten this one up. Hold on to your center threads. Just kind of feel around, look at it. Yep, I like that better. And what we're going to do is, I don't even know if this is a square knot. I'm going to say it's a square knot, but I think I'm lying. Take your original thread and cross it over. Take the thread that you were just working with and cross it under. You know what? I know that's not a square knot. It's a double knot. And then pull it tight. And just for fun, to make sure it's good and secure, let's do another one. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and snip that excess thread right off if you want to. I'm going to leave mine because I might want to put something fun on there. So now is the fun part where you take off the clips. It's the big reveal. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if we did a good job. And again, you guys, if you didn't do a good job, no worries. Cut the thread and start again. Happens all the time. If you get extra holes, like Shannon Green says, it's just air holes. That way your journal can breathe. And folding it up, turning it over, and let's see what we got. Are you ready? So this is the cover. Whoop. And look, you guys, it's a book. You made a journal. Oh, how exciting. I love that part. It's so much fun. Every time I get so excited, I'm like, oh my gosh, I made a book. It's a book. This is the washi that we stuck in to hold our cellophane pocket, and it did a great job. Oh, look at this, you guys. We made a book. I know, I'm a dork. It thrills me every time. Looking good. Everything's in there nice and straight. It's in there nice and tight. There's that. Yeah. Our envelope might be a tad crooked, but nothing that is, you know, going to be the end of the world. I think it actually was cut a little crooked because, gosh, I don't know who cut that. Who cuts crooked like that? Not me. Pfft. Here's our glassine bag, and that's got the little top opening. And our 1906 magazine page with our double secret tuck place here. Remember we made this where you could stick this into the tickets as well? Love it. Oh my gosh, I love this journal. Here's our lacy page. Everything is looking fabulous. Everything's nice and straight. It's bound beautifully. It's nice and tight. Nothing's wiggling. This is exactly what you're looking for when you bind your journal. And again, if it didn't come out like this, if you didn't do it the way you wanted to, if you don't care for it, just cut those strings and do it again. No big deal. If you can use the original holes, great. If you can't, then cover it with washi tape. Cover it with a piece of trim. It's all good. There's that little sneaky spot with our belly band. Yep. All right, guys, we are rocking on this now. Yep, it is bound. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video again, and I think the next video will be doing one more set of embellishments, just because it's fun and we have stuff left over. No point in wasting that. And I have a pocket idea that I got from somebody on YouTube, and I'll share that. And one or two more secret things that we'll do, and then it's going to be done. We'll put a binding on it and our journal will be done. Or it can be done now if you like it. Beautiful. Here's our binding on the side, a little bit crooked up there, but that's okay. That's the seam on the outside. The spine, that's what I'm trying to say. There you go. And there it is. And if you want it to be done now, it's done now. And congratulations to you, because you just made a journal. Otherwise, if you'd like to add some more stuff to it, come on back. We'll do some more. I want to say thank you so much for your time. If you had a good time, if you learned anything, if you got a chuckle, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. I'll ask the nice old man to post all of our interwebs links down below as well. And I'll see you really soon. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.